So there was a 2 month period that I burnt myself like 3 different times. And one of the burns was on the pads of my fingers here. It was so painful. And after running it under cold water for a few minutes, I would just drop lavender right onto my fingers and just kind of hold my hand there. And the pain went away instantly. And then the pain would come back. And so I would do it, the lavender again, and then the pain would go away. It would come back, and I would do it again. And after a few times, the pain would go away, and then it just stayed away. And then the rest of the healing process was cut in half, and it was pain-free. Lavender is amazing for burns.
My husband came home with a tick on him the other day. He works out in the woods, and I like to make sure that he's all taken care of, and the little bugger was on there, and lavender is the oil to use for ticks. And I got my lavender out, and I poured it on him, and we got him off there, and then you put more lavender on every half an hour. I put it on for about 2 hours, and it took the swelling down and the little red mark and got rid of the little tick.
A couple months ago, we were living at the beach down in California, and my 2-year-old son was stung by a bee. The bee actually got stuck in his back, so I had to run over and pick it out. He was fine, but of course he was crying, and I immediately took out my lavender, which I never travel without, applied it right to his back in the spot that had already turned red and was starting to get irritated. Within minutes was completely diminished. His skin looked normal. He had no irritation. He completely acted like he hadn't even been stung by a bee. So lavender is awesome for bee stings, you guys. We love it. We never go without it.
I will actually take peppermint and put a couple drops in my water, or I'll put it on the back of my neck during that afternoon slump. It gives me so much energy and really helps with focus.
I do not go anywhere without peppermint in my bag. Multiple members of my family deal with car sickness, so we take peppermint along with us. One of my children will put just a drop of carrier oil and then a drop of peppermint just underneath his nose, and that helps with his car sickness. I will place a drop of it in my glass water bottle for peppermint water, and I don't deal with the car sickness that way either. Or sometimes I will just simply open up the bottle and smell it, and it takes care of the nausea from car sickness.
I was at work a few months back, and a really good friend of mine had her first hot flash, like beet red, instantly dripping in sweat. I'd never seen that happen before, and she walked outside and had a moment and came back in and just didn't know what to do with herself. And I said, "Would you like some peppermint? It'll help you cool down." And she put a drop of peppermint on the back of her neck and on her belly button. And about 5 or 10 seconds later, she was just like, "Oh my goodness, I have got to get this stuff." So if there's any reason, hormonal or others, that you need to lower your body temperature, peppermint is amazing.
Lemon is one that I had that I thought smelled delicious, that I added to my water, and that was it. And then I learned about the value of lemon and how it helps with adhesives, and particularly removing adhesives. I use this for a lot of things. The first thing that comes to mind is when I buy things that have stickers on them. Most recently, a new pair of sunglasses, you know, that little sticker here that you can't get off, and then it stays and then it gets stuck to your hair. Little lemon right on it, took it right off. The second thing I used lemon for on a regular basis, as you can see, I have these lovely trees in my yard, is tree sap on my children's fingers and feet. So I have a couple kiddos, they come in, they're all sticky from being outside. I just apply a drop of this to a little cotton swab, rub it right on the location, and it comes off instantly, immediately. I love lemon, not just in my water.
The thing I love about, well, there's so many things I love about lemon, but one of my favorite things to do is to put it in my water or any drink really to spice it up, but it's really detoxing and flushing. So if you've eaten a lot, or let's say you got back from a cruise or vacation where you just didn't eat like you normally do, drink lots of lemon water. This is safe to ingest, and you It will just flush your body, detox your body. It also supports the immune system. So really, lemon is my go-to for all things detoxing.
Okay, so lemon, lavender, and peppermint, also known as LLP. This, when I first got my starter kit, was my saving light. I put a couple drops of each on a wet rag, and I put it over my face, making sure it wasn't in my eyes, and it instantly took my sneezing fit away.
Before oils, I was not a morning person. And after I got oils, I started putting lavender and frankincense on my skin every morning after I washed my face. And this frankincense especially, first of all, is amazing for your skin. My skin loves it. This is me with absolutely no makeup on. And it's pretty good. Much improved. But the best part about frankincense in the morning is how it wakes me up, calms me down, makes me feel grounded and ready for my day. Don't start your day without frankincense.
One of my favorite oils from the starter kit is frankincense. I use it for everything, but one thing that I use it every single day for is my skin. I make my own face serum with a few other oils and a carrier oil, and every night and every morning after I wash my face with water and a cloth, I apply my face serum, which is predominantly frankincense, on my skin, and it helps with things like fine lines, all the fun stuff that comes with aging, discoloration, and it's just made my face to really balance out with the level of the oiliness of my skin. It's not extra oily, it's not extra dry. It just has helped me to have healthy skin. I love frankincense, use it on my face every day.
I love frankincense for the skin. I had a spot on the back of my knee that was red, inflamed, itchy, and painful. I tried multiple other things and nothing had helped. I began putting frankincense directly on the spot, and it made an amazing difference.
Diagize. I cannot live without Diagize. I am not the best eater. I do not always behave myself very well, and I have a lot of trouble with my digestion, which is very sluggish, and I'm working on that, but Diagize really helps me. One of the things that I do is I rub it on my belly in a clockwise motion, especially when I'm all got a lot of flatulence and bloating going on, and it almost gives me instant relief, and it feels so good, and I just can't live without Diagize.
I will take Diagize, and I like to pop a roller on top, and that way when I get heartburn, I just roll it right on my chest. You can do that on your tummy if there's any tummy issues, but it works like magic.
Diagize is what made me a believer of Young Living essential oils. I don't always make good food choices, and in the evenings I can eat not very good stuff for me, and I pay the price the next morning. And some mornings I gotta get out the door, I gotta go to work, and so Diagize right on the stomach helps me get out the door and move on with my day.
Thieves. This is probably the most popular oil besides lavender. It's a blend. In the Vitality line, which is the white label, I will put a drop or two under my tongue every single day. It's spicy, but I am convinced it is what keeps me from getting sick. I don't really know the last time I was sick, so Thieves is a staple in our house for sure.
We use it for everything when it comes to killing germs. We have immunity rollers that we blend a couple other essential oils with, and we do a roller bottle every single night. Everyone in my family, we use it in a wellness tea mix. That's just stuff everybody has in their kitchen, apple cider vinegar and salt. When we're not feeling well, we use it in the Thieves household cleaner to clean everything in my house, including from my floors to the walls to the sinks to the toilets. And you can add baking soda to make a really good cleaning paste. And I diffuse it probably 5 out of 7 days a week in my house. And it has made a profound difference because I have family members who struggle with some health stuff, and it has helped a ton. We've been the better for it. You should try it.
Before oils, when I would exercise, I would get a really tight chest. And when I remember to put Raven on, that doesn't happen. I breathe completely easy like any normal person, so I figure would do. We also use Raven for other times of the year or struggles where we need help with our breathing, and it works wonders. Raven is for your breathing.
Raven is one of my favorite oils, and it helps me with sinuses. So a lot of people are aware that peppermint, and actually peppermint, lavender, and lemon together can really help with sinus issues. Lemon helps with drainage, but Raven is amazing as well. And so I'll just take it and I'll put it right here, right on your forehead too, where your sinuses are. It's also great for respiratory, so the chest and the back to coat the lungs. But for sinus issues, try Raven. Also great to diffuse.
This is Panaway, and it is my jam. I have had 9 knee surgeries, so I really struggle with a lot of knee pain, and I have arthritis. So it helps keep me moving on a daily basis. I put it on twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. And when I'm having flare-ups like inflammation, swelling, and discomfort, I'm going to use it almost every 3 hours until that pain is back under control. So you can use a direct application, you can diffuse it as well, or one of my favorite things to do is put it in an Epsom salt bath, soak for 20 minutes in some hot water and some Panaway, and that really helps take away a lot of that stiffness, or if you're having muscle discomfort, it is amazing. And don't forget your fur babies. I have a 14-year-old lab who has hip dysplasia, so she has a lot of discomfort in her hip area. Just put a couple drops on your fur baby, massage it in, and they are just as healthy as we are.
Have you ever heard a scream that is so loud that you know the person is in pain? That's what happened to me. I was at a business meeting and my boss suddenly screamed out like, oh, it was agony. And everybody rushed to her help. And she said, my toe, my toe. A chair had fallen and hit her toe, but it hit her, right on that nail bed. And she said, I can feel my heart beating. It's throbbing, it's throbbing. People running all over the place. One person ran to get ice. So I had just got into oils. I'd only had my oils maybe 2-3 weeks. I handed her this little bottle called Panaway. I remember somebody telling me Panaway means pain away. And I said, here, put this on your toe. And she put it on and she looked at me and she goes, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I thought I was going to be in trouble. She goes, it's gone. It's gone. It's completely gone. The pain had completely gone just by putting this little bottle, a couple of drops of this on her toe. Towards the end of the day, I asked her, do you need a little bit more of this? And she goes, no, it's gone. It's gone. I need that bottle. So carry it with you at all times. You never know when you're going to have an emergency. You never know when you're going to be in pain. And you never know when you're going to be able to help your boss out.
I work at a dental office. I've been a dental assistant for 15 years, and I have a really tight upper back, neck. The muscles get really tight due to the positions I'm in all the time. I am always sitting on the left side of my patient, looking, or leaning in, looking over into the mouth, and the side gets really tight. When I got my premium starter kit, I started putting Panaway on those muscles, and I swear to you guys, this kept me out of the chiropractor and needing a massage. Not that I'm opposed to a massage, but let's face it, there is times where it's hard to make time for yourself. It's hard to just find time to do those kind of things, and I do tend to put myself last. And so I wake up to tension headaches. That is due to knots in my neck. I will do a little self-massage with Panaway, and in a couple days of applying it a few times a day, the headaches have dissipated, the muscles have relaxed, and I can go about my life.
I like to drop Peace and Calming right on my daughter's head when she's in a little bit of a mood. And then my daughter's riding instructor actually used it on her horse. She bought this horse that's very young, and we think that the horse got whapped in the face at least some point in its life, because she could never touch its face without the horse just absolutely freaking out. And she put this on herself. I told her to rub it all over herself because the horse did like to be right here, but the minute you touch the horse would freak out and go back, and she was actually able to rub her whole face with this. So
Peace and Calming is a lifesaver and a staple in our house. We have 2 German Shorthair Pointer puppies, and they are full of energy. They are hunting dogs. They're built for endurance, which is great when you're hunting, not so great when it's bedtime. So Peace and Calming goes in our diffuser every single night. It helps with the puppies to bring down their energy level, just bring them a nice calming sense to them. Once the diffuser is on, within 10 to 15 minutes, they're laying down, they're snuggling, they're cuddling, and sometimes they walk straight into their kennel and they just go straight to bed, and we don't even have to tell them to kennel up, which is just amazing. Prior to that, it was just total chaos every single night. The other thing is they were waking up 3-4 times during the night. Now they're up once, which is just amazing. So not only are they sleeping better, but we're sleeping better, which makes the day amazing when you actually have some sleep.
I use Stress Away for all of those anxious moments. I have struggled with anxiety for many years, and now whenever I feel a bit of anxiousness coming on, I pick up my bottle of Stress Away and put it on anywhere I can get it. Put it on the back of my neck, on my wrists, my hands. I use it in my diffuser, and it is very helpful.
When I quit smoking, I would lather myself in Stress Away, and I'm glad to say that I have not smoked in, it's been over a year now, and I know that it was because Stress Away. Every time I put it on, my whole body would just calm down and relax, and I was able to just get past that craving.
Stress Away was the oil that helped me get off synthetic perfume. And I have never had more people stop me and ask what I'm wearing than when I'm wearing Stress Away. So you gotta try it.
So I'm headed to a social gathering of a whole bunch of acquaintances, and I'm nervous and I can feel my heart pounding. So I'm gonna put Stress Away on. Stress Away is so good for those times where your heart just feels like it's pounding out of your chest. I put Stress Away on, and I literally can feel my heart palpitations slow down and wash away that stress. And for those of you who have elevated blood pressure, Stress Away.
Citrus Fresh is one of my favorite oils to diffuse. It's just so uplifting, and I have never met anybody that doesn't love it. And here's a tip. Citrus Fresh and Stress Away smell like a creamsicle, so you should try it.
Starting my weight loss journey, I made sure that I had Citrus Fresh in capsules at all times. I would put 5 drops of Citrus Fresh in a capsule and take it 3 times a day, and it helped curb my appetite so much.
So Valor is known for courage, fear, if you're going into kind of a scary situation or you're gonna have to talk to a lot of people, but here's a really cool tip. Valor on the bottom of the big toe helps with snoring. So if your partner is sawing logs, put a drop or 2 on the bottom of their toe, big toe, and experience the magic.
But I also use it in times when I'm feeling like I could use a little extra strength, a little extra courage, a little extra help in getting through the day, or traveling, or I'm not sure if you can hear my nephew hollering in the background, but getting through parenting and co-parenting times where things are just tough. And the first night we got here, my niece bonked her lip and cut it open, and we oiled her up, and Valor was the one that actually helped her to stop crying, and she was just fine after that. Hopped down off my lap, and there she went. Roll it on the back of your neck when you're feeling achy. And if you're feeling like you need a little extra strength or courage, roll it on your wrists and maybe the sides of your neck. And there you go. All right.
Thieves Household Cleaner. Oh, do I love my Thieves Household Cleaner. Everybody thinks household cleaner, oh, it's for floors, it's for walls, it's for sinks, it's for bathrooms, and it's great on all of those things. But it's a household cleaner, so it means it cleans everything in your house. Do you have a dog? You need Thieves Cleaner. My dog had been in the yard and been rolling and who knows what, like they do, came indoors and rubbed herself all over my white comforter. It was that kind of ground in, grimy, dirt, mud, deer droppings, who knows what it was. I never thought I would be able to get it out. I thought I'd have to buy a new comforter. So what I did is I have a bottle of this that's diluted with just 1 cap into 16 ounces, sprayed that kind of like a stain remover, put a 1/2 cup in the laundry, and it came out spotless. Saved me a ton of money. The other place I've used it is in the Northwest, your decks tend to get kind of moldy, or you have one of those planters that you've overwatered and you stain the deck. So I thought I'll try it on my deck also. And I sprayed the deck, got a little scrubbing brush, came up like new. So household cleaner means it cleans everything in your house. I call it my whatever cleaner. Whatever needs cleaning, try your household Thieves Cleaner first.
I went on a long hike last week, and so I threw my Thieves waterless hand purifier in my Camelback because I never travel without it. And while I was on the hike, I got a nasty bug bite on my ankle. So when we stopped to have lunch, I pulled out my Thieves waterless hand purifier so that I could clean my hands up before I had my sandwich, and I decided to try some on the bug bite. And wouldn't you know, it actually worked. It helped to reduce the itchiness and the inflammation.
I wanted to know what all of the Ningxia excitement was about, so I did a test on myself. I drank 2 ounces of Ningxia every single day for 1 month, and the top 3 differences that I noticed for myself was that my mood was very much improved. I had a much better energy level that was sustained throughout the day, and I was sleeping much better at night.
When I drink this, you can get it in a bottle or it comes in packets, and I feel like it's just flooding my cells with goodness and energy. So I like to pop these in the fridge, but they're great for travel too. And I'll just drink one and I feel amazing.